All right, sit down, boy.
Is there audio recording? Yes. Is it?
Here's a quick history lesson. As you probably know, Martin Luther King Jr. was one of the faces of America's civil rights movement. He championed nonviolence and forms of peaceful protest, such as sit-ins, boycotts, and marches. He had a dream, and he won the Nobel Peace Prize for it in 1964, the same year that the US government passed the Civil Rights Act. Sadly, he was assassinated 4 years later. However, there's a little bit more to the story. MLK believed in peaceful protest, but he acknowledged the riots as the language of the unheard. He still deplored violence, and he hoped that cycles of violence would end, but he knew that wasn't always likely. He also believed that all injustice was rooted in the triple evils, which are racism, militarism, and economic exploitation. You couldn't handle one without handling the others. That's why it's strange that we know MLK as a civil rights leader who was assassinated on a balcony in Memphis, Tennessee, but not so much that he was there because he was advocating for his Poor People's Campaign, a campaign that proposed sweeping economic changes like a universal basic income and wealth distribution. Basically, MLK was more complex than a pillar of nonviolence. If we're going to talk about him, we should talk about all of him. This year's Jazz Night theme is censorship. We definitely all know something about it, but in our conversation about censorship, we don't just want to talk about blocked newscasts and blackout text. Our focus is on the little things, the misrepresentation and the disinformation. This changes the way that we think, the way that we view things, because we're all smart enough to know when something is obviously being censored. But when you're presented with something, it's a lot more difficult to catch what's not there.